Hi everyone, Sue Matsuki with yet another Sue's Views. I think I know everything, right? Actually, I really just offer these instructional videos because I wish that someone had been there for me 40 years ago when I was starting out and giving me some of this information to help me organize myself, quite frankly, as a singer. So I had a client come to me recently who wanted me to go through 100 songs with them to see if anything was jumping out at me in terms of a theme for what she hoped to be was her next show. 100 songs down to 14 songs is not an easy task. We all know that it's about 14, 15 songs in a 1 hour show, depending on how much you're going to talk and whether or not your band takes any solos. So what I did before I actually met with her on Zoom was go down the list and just very organically let the songs dictate a category or theme to me. And I wrote them on the side of her song list. So I came up with like 5 different categories for her. Then I took colored pens and I made little circles on each of those categories. And then I went back to her list and made those colored dots next to the songs that could fit underneath those categories. This saved me a lot of time because scrolling down a list that was not organized, that was not categorized, that had no particular idea written next to it, it was epic. So this was the quickest way I could get to this. So rather than share her list with you, which wouldn't be right, I am going to show you the list that I came up with. So this is the first page of my actual song list, the first page of 14 pages. So imagine going through a list that big to try to come up with a theme. I don't really do that. I usually go through the list, pick out a bunch of songs because I already know what my theme is. And then I go the opposite way and I pick the songs out and then I get way too many songs and then I have to whittle it down. But for those of you who have long lists that are trying to find a theme for a show, this is what I'm going to recommend that you do. And by the by, you do not need to have a theme to do a show. You can have 14 great songs that you just love to do, and you bring them to your director, and they will help you organize it in a way that makes sense in terms of song flow and individual clustering and individual song connection. So don't worry about needing to have a theme. I'm just saying that if you have a big list and you're trying to find how any of these songs kind of work together, this might be a helpful way for you to do it. So as you can see, I have the name of the songs in alpha order. I have the key that I sing it in. You can consolidate just those 2 columns and shrink it down and put it in your knapsack or purse and have it there anytime someone wants you to get up and sing and you don't remember your key. I have 400 songs. There's no way I'm remembering every key I sing every song in. So this has been very helpful for me. Then I categorize. And the categories can be show, jazz, up, ballad, pop, Latin feel, whatever, the category you feel that your song is in: theater, musical theater, original songs. And then I have created themes that I knew, like I said, I had themes in mind. So for example, the first 3 songs, Accentuate, A Doodle and Song, A Fine Romance, all appeared with different gals singing them in my Gals Who Make Me Sing show. You can see that the blue dots are my duet show, which I'm currently working on with Gregory. And the duet show turned into a show called Reservations for Two, which is November 8th at Don't Tell Mama. So what I did was I created the themes, I created the concepts and the themes, and I will show you that down here. So these are the themes that I came up with: The Gals Who Make Me Sing, Ella and Me, This Broad's Way, Reservations for Two, If I Could Talk to the Animals, A Happy Holiday. And I gave each of them a color. And then I went back to the really big list. And as I said, I did with my client, I just put a little dot next to all the songs that could work under these particular themes or categories. Now, going back to this list, you can see that some songs fit in several categories. For example, A Fine Romance has 3 dots. That could go into my Gals Who Make Me Sing show. That could go into my duet show because Gregory and I do it as a duet. And that could go into my Ella Fitzgerald show because Ella sang that song. So you will find that when you do this kind of color coordinated dot thing on a shorter list, I'm not recommending you do it for a 14-page list. I'm just saying if you have 100 songs like my client did that you want to whittle down, this is a good way to do it. So that's just the old-fashioned way of doing it. I am in the process of trying to put these 14 pages of music and categories and everything on an Excel spreadsheet. For those of you who are thinking about doing this right now, I'm going to recommend that you try to do it on an Excel spreadsheet. You can have these same topics on the bars going on up on top, name of the song, key that you sing it in, genre, I call it genre and just call it jazz, blues, pop, up-tempo, country. And then the next column could be theme, which could be the names of any of the shows that you're thinking about or a generalized theme. And then I am going to suggest that you also have a column for the lyricist and a column for the composer, because a lot of us do composer or lyricist shows. So maybe you don't know that you have 14 songs by Cole Porter. So if you do a search in that column of composers or lyricists and it comes up alphabetized by those names, you might be surprised at what you find in your total song list. And also the extra value of putting your composer and lyricist on there is that they should be noted on your song list for your reviewers. So once everything's done and you've taken the time to do it once, you never have to go back to Google and look up that information again. It's all right there for you. I also write down if the song is from a particular show and what year it was written in. That's the ultimate song list for a reviewer, because the easier you make their job, the more likely they are to give you a review. Going back to the idea of Excel, so once you've categorized these bars going across the top, you can then search each column. So if you want to search the column by genre, if you want to come up with a total blues show or a total jazz show, it will come up that way. If you want to search the next column, which is your theme column, as you've been categorizing your songs that could fit in, songs about animals or songs about strong woman or songs about however you categorize them, those songs will pop up again in alpha order. The main list of your song should say in alpha order by song name, which you can always go back and ultimately change your list back to after you've done these like mini searches. But Excel is a really good tool to help you not waste a lot of time and spin a lot of wheels. So if you have 100 songs, 200 songs, I'd highly recommend you doing that process. And if you just are trying to put a show together in the next couple of weeks or something, and you're going to go meet with your director, I recommend listing out all your songs and doing this kind of color coordinated dot thing to see what kind of themes emerge and what kind of songs you'll be singing. All right. Okay. Don't forget to like and share and subscribe to Sue's Views. We'll see you next time. I hope this has been helpful.